Okay, actually the topic I chose to teach on this morning is about CPI training. The reason I chose this topic is this. I wrote my term paper on this, but since I'm a firm believer in CPI training. The reason for CPI training is this, to provide the best care, welfare, safety, and security for the individuals in which you teach, and also the best care for yourself. One thing we must realize is this. Schools are heading towards full inclusion. Full inclusion is this. In a public school system, regular ed, they are getting ready to implement, in which most schools, some schools already are, implementing people with special needs into these classrooms. And you as an educator also need to realize this. You need to be ready to actually step in or get in front of or be ready to interact or act in case something may happen. I mean, CPI training has been around now for about 30 years. And as you can see above, in the United Kingdom alone, 1 out of every 10 ambulance people are educators who have been attacked. And think of this, in the classroom right now, or in the regular school day, every 15 minutes, somebody is either attacked or hurt. Educators. And when I say educators, you could be bus drivers, teachers, student aides, cooks, janitors. And one thing you have to realize is, as educators, we need to be able to be ready in case something should happen. When you look and walk in your classroom, you have to be ready for everything. You have to keep eyes in the back of your head. As you can see right up here, for this right here, you show someone being attacked from behind or a student kicking. Now these are all situations in which this happened. I know of a teacher alone right now. In fact, I have been attacked several times like this. Of course, I work with autistic kids, but that's to be expected. But one thing we have to realize is we must be ready to defend ourselves. And one big thing about defending ourselves is having a stance. When I say a stance, most people just stand like this, feet side to side. But when you work in education, you must be ready to have a stance. And which is the stances that shown right here. When we are faced with some type of frontal aggression or any aggression whatsoever, always be ready to keep one foot planted behind. Because in case you have somebody attacking you from behind, you want to give yourself a way out. If you don't have a way out, like you say you're teaching, you're in a classroom, and you're instructing, you have somebody come up to you, you get backed up to the chalkboard. You have to look for your ways out. And sometimes it may not happen, but sometimes you have to do it. Always give yourself a way out. And the stance here is, as you can see, if you look at your feet, and you have to practice this. I do not practice this, is my problem, but I get attacked, you can see. But you have to practice it. What it is basically, if somebody pushes you back, you have the one leg to support yourself, and your leg to just balance yourself. But in the stance is number one key. Now here's a few techniques here in which you have to be ready to use. I've asked one of my fellow classmates to come up because her and I both work in the same school, and we have to do the same thing a few times. But what you're going to do, she's going to demonstrate the one on the right, which is, this is an aggressive student right here, which I'll portray the aggressive student, and then she'll be the educator trying to get grips. What she'll do is, her job is to grab this, she'll get control of this arm, make sure, and she'll get a nice firm grip, and then she'll take this arm and basically wrap it down like this, and then if you can, as long as you get control, the student can fight and all that, but if you have control, you can see she's bounced around a little bit. They say do not do this if you're a teacher, do not do it with students bigger than you. However, you can do this with teaching students bigger than you, because she can have some type of control. If I try to release back her thing, she can hold me down. If she has to, which is not recommended, but if she has to, she can twist the arm around a little bit. But as I try to move around all that, just act like I'm one of your students right now. So, see, and she has a pretty good grip, and she is actually controlling me. I mean, if she wants to, she can bend back or bend forward and have control of me. And that's what you want to do. You have to be able to be willing to do this. Thank you. There's several different techniques you can use and vitalize. But what I'm saying is, as an educator, we must be prepared. We must be prepared for anything. Practice our stance, different moves. I mean, as we progress in our future careers, as we move forward, we must be able to be willing and ready to keep up to date on techniques, which one will keep us out of hospitals, two, keep us from bodily harm, three, protect ourselves, but four, most importantly, protect our students. Now, as you see, this is where I got my stuff. CrisisPrevention.com and CrisisPrevention.co.uk. I mean, this is such an awesome program. I recommend it. When I took the course, I thought it would only be for special ed. But in my classroom alone, there was coaches, cooks, bus drivers, and it's amazing what these techniques can